Okay folks, so it's finished, more or less. I might tweak about with it a little bit more at some point, but there you have it. So I don't know what you think. Let me know what you guys think of it. I've never tried this before. This is something new for me. I suspect that at least with this hand's going to fall off at some point. It's not very secure. And given a bit of time and gravity and what have you, that hand will definitely eventually fall off. I know it will. These might stay on a bit longer, and the mask I'm pretty sure will definitely stay on longer. But you see that hand, that glove now, because it's full of it's quite heavy, and I've just been moving it around. I just put it in the garden and I was taking some photographs and a bit of video of it and just moving it around, and now it's doubly heavy. It was a heavy canvas anyway because of the size of it, but now it's like you know, it's even heavier, obviously, for obvious reasons. You see what I mean, by the way, by the fact that now that the black background is on, you can no longer see the painting underneath. If I'd done it in white, you know, I could have covered it, it would have covered it, but you know, there's a strong possibility it would have shown through to some degree at least. Do you know what I mean? I mean, maybe not 100%, and maybe you'd have to go really up close, and then you just have to have a light behind it and all the rest of it, and then you definitely see it. But you know, once it's hung up on the wall, you probably wouldn't have noticed it. But still, anyway, so there we go. Quite enjoyed that actually. But obviously I'm not completely happy with it. But then again, it's very rarely that I ever am happy with my paintings, any of them. Sometimes, occasionally, and that's saying something, because like it must mean that the painting's half decent if I'm happy with it and if I'm satisfied with it, because I'm my own worst critic. Do you know what I mean? Especially when it comes to my art, particularly when it comes to my art. But yeah. Oh well. First attempt, first time trying something like that, and as I say, I know it's not perfect. In fact, thinking about it now, I should have done the whole thing just smooth rather than have that crinkly textured surface. Thinking about it and looking at it, I think it would have worked so much better, because looking at the hand, which is a little bit more smoother on this one compared to that one as well, it kind of makes it look a bit scruffy, and I'm thinking if I'd just done it all smooth, it might have looked better, but I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is, and it's finished for now. But yeah, kind of happy with it. Not 100%, but yeah, it's I kind of feel satisfied now. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Like I say, I can see a million things that I'm not happy about, but that's typical of anytime I paint anything. Even when I finished it, you know, I look at it and I'm like, nah, maybe I need to do, and like I've said this before, I'm pretty sure, there's an artist, I'll have to check it, man, I'll have to Google him, for the life of me I can't remember his name. Back in the, I don't know, like 1800s or something, I can't remember. But there was an artist, I think he was Dutch, but don't quote me on that, because again I'm not 100%, I forget now, but basically the basic story was that this guy would do portraits for well-to-do families, you know, sort of royalty and I don't know what you call it, what do we call it, sort of, you know, upper class people, and do you know what I mean, people of wealth and power and what have you. And anyway, so because like, you know, they were like patrons, you know what I mean, so they would, you know, give him money so they could do paintings, and but also he would do them a family portrait or whatever. Anyway, so this guy, this artist, apparently the story goes that he did this painting for Lord so-and-so, whoever it was. This wasn't, like I say, in this country, this is wherever it was, I can't remember. Like I say, I'll have to Google it and try and get the full story on it. Anyway, the story goes that he did this painting for this family, and then I don't know, something like 10 years go past or something, and he bumps into the guy, and he says, "Oh, come back to my house and meet the family, and blah, blah, we are so grateful for the painting you did," and whatever, blah 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 blah. So he goes back to the guy's house and what have you, and they have a meal and everything, and you know, all's good and blah 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 blah. Anyway, this guy, this artist, he always carried his stuff with him wherever he went. You know, his art equipment, his easel, his paints, brushes, and all this lot, and blah blah blah. And anyway, so they retire after the meal to the, what's the name, like the women go to the one room and the men, you know, like they used to do in the old days, like, you know what I mean, and the men go with the cigars and what is it, cognac or whatever, I don't know what the heck. Anyway, so the thing is that like I say, that the you know, the meal's finished and they're supposed to be going to the lounge or whatever, and at first they can't find sight and the sound of this artist guy, and they're like, where is it? Turns out he's gone to the room where the family portrait is, and when they find him, there he is, lo and behold, 10 years later, and he's tweaking his painting. He's got his paintbrushes out and he's got his flipping, and it's like, because, you know, he's not satisfied. Do you know what I mean? It's like, he looks at his painting, he's like, he can see where it doesn't quite look like, and he's got to tweak it, and he just can't leave his artwork alone. He just couldn't leave it alone. And that's another thing about art, and or anything creative, I guess. I mean, obviously I always relate things to art because that's my main thing, but anything creative, essentially. And basically this, like I said, this guy just could not leave anything alone in terms of his work, and like, you know, you can end up ruining a perfectly good piece of work because you overwork it. And so the art also is to know when to leave it. Do you know what I mean? To know when it's finished. And sometimes that in itself is just, you know, like I say, it's an art in itself, that is. Sometimes, because, like I say, I guess the reason why I was telling you that story is because I kind of feel very much like he does, you know. I see some of my paintings around the house, and there are times when I feel like, and I look at it, and straight away I want to get it off the wall and start tweaking about with it and what have you, sort of thing, because I can see stuff in it. Like, I mean, if I was looking at this painting over here, I can see stuff where I think, like, no, I need to do that better, and just maybe a little bit there, and do you know what I mean? And just like faff about with it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh dear, it's knowing when it's done is the trick. So right, yeah, there was something else, and now it's gone out of my head. As per usual, blah 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 blah. No, I can't think. Right. Okay. So yeah, there you go, folks. For now, at least, it's finished. And like I say, please let me know what you think. Okay. So for now, I'm gonna leave it there, and I shall catch you folks later. Bye for now.